Hello and welcome to the DFS underscore PhD show for today, the 6th of March. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us. And two different of our Discord members had what I think was the best one in the Discord last night. We keep getting, you know, kind of bad luck, but I mean, can you really feel like it's bad luck when you get to see the Dean Wade game? You know what I mean? Like just like when the Max Strus shot sinks whatever happened that day, who cares? That's amazing. That's like memorable forever. You losing 20 bucks, 100 bucks, that's not memorable forever. That's memorable for one day. So I really love the Dean Wade game, I gotta say. That made me happy for life. So the fact that I think I actually did see a Dean Wade lineup in one of our better ones. So come check out the Discord. Yeah. This guy the Dean Wade. So like, I don't know, this must have wound up pretty good. So that's awesome. But we had just so much weird situations. Like, why is that Dean Wade and not? I mean, it was because Mobley got hurt, but why is that Dean Wade and not, Merrill or Levert or any of the guys who it should be? Anyway, so I made a joke on Twitter about how let's check out the sim ROI of those lineups that win tonight. -30, -40 risk average, right? Because that's a very risky strategy to play Dean Wade's going to win the game for the team against Boston. The best team in the NBA is going to outscore them by himself in the fourth quarter. The coolest thing I've ever, I mean, I'm just going to remember the Dean Wade game for a long time. As someone who's like possibly comparable to Dean Wade, it gives me hope. I can sit out there and maybe hit some threes over some guys because, yeah, they're going to guard the other guys that are better than me. All right, so on to today's slate. We've got a bunch of stuff that just like, I think there's edge. I think there's edge again. Another great day to lose money. However, I have decided based on, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the game sims. The reason is Philadelphia. So for Philadelphia, I just don't know what's going on with the projections here. There's not that many people in the rotation. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. It should be a close game against Memphis. They're expected to win. They're not going to play Paul Reed and Mo Bamba like they alongside each other. They've never done that. So who's getting these minutes? I don't understand who's getting the minutes. I don't understand what's happening with the minutes. Does it add up even? I mean, I haven't gone and added it up. Yeah, okay. They're soaking up minutes to Nick. Yeah, Batum might get 26, but I don't know. I think you're going to get plenty of minutes for Kelly Oubre. I don't see how you don't get 36 minutes of Kelly Oubre in a competitive game. So I'm going to have a lot of Kelly Oubre. Because he's a good, I mean, they want to win the game, right? Like they're still trying to be in the playoffs. I don't know why you would do it. I mean, these are the five guys. Why would you jam in Batum? Well, okay. Batum will play with the starters and maybe close. I don't think he's closing with this team, right? I mean, like it's these guys, and I guess, oh, right, they probably maybe they don't even close with the big. They're playing Memphis. If Jaren doesn't play, they don't have to play a big. Anyway, so well, it's hard to figure out what to project. I get that, but I don't understand how the game sims are projecting it. So I looked it up and I still don't understand. The guy who did the answer to the question that was most salient on the internet didn't understand. So thank you for that content. But like, let's look at Zubats tonight. When you look at I'm just pointing out they're actually capturing the bimodal distribution now of the centers that we've been forking and the correlation. So congratulations, nice work, SaberSim. And also, we might need to disable these manual rules. Maybe part of the reason things have not been going that well the last couple of weeks is we've left our rules on that might not be relevant anymore. So because they've got the Theiss negative correlation here, that means they know these distributions are non-overlapping. So that used to be some edge. That maybe that's not edge anymore in these sims. Okay, so I'm gonna not turn on any of my those rules tonight. And I'm gonna try not turning on any of my custom rules because like possibly those are just dinosaur things now. I mean, like if those sims really did get better in the way that they say they did in whatever note in the Discord, go check it out. I'm commenting with support in the Discord for SaberSim right now about the minutes for Kelly Oubre because I'm just off by 10. I don't know how I get off by 10 minutes on a guy. Like Lowry, I guess, is there. I get he's going to play the point guard, but that's not. There was a guy playing point guard before, like in these games where Maxey was out. I don't think. I mean, I think Buddy Hield could get extended if he hits shots, but he's not necessarily going to be there as much as Oubre is down the stretch. Um, Batum, yeah, does he has he been getting 26 minutes? 32. Jamming Batum out there. I hate that. Is that what's going on? Or is Oubre not getting minutes at all now? Possibly this is what's going on. Not on a minutes restriction. Don't like it that that was a Google like suggested result. No, Oubre stats is what I mean in order to get the 36 minutes in the last. I don't know, man. I don't know how you project him for 26. He played 36. There's less guys now. Nuts. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out how, like literally how, because I don't understand. There's a game coach in the game sims, right? Like something's going on. How do you do? Anyway, if you're playing your best players and trying to win the game, you're going to play Kelly Oubre a lot and he's going to score a lot of points. So I am assuming that will happen. So on the other side, I don't know yet. Jaren Jackson is questionable with a quad. Obviously, if he's in, it kind of messes everything up, right? The other guy's been playing with no Jaren Jackson for a long time, and Jaren Jackson himself kind of has to smash the matter. You can keep him in. He's low owned on the slate currently. 15% is appropriate for Jaren Jackson. He's only got like what? At 60% chance of getting in foul trouble. So, 40% chance you should play him. It's a solid value still. But if he gets up to like 30%, not very much juice in the squeeze. You might want to fade a little bit. So that's always, yeah, that's a classic DK take, DK underscore DFS. The OG has a lot of great takes that are forever lodged in my brain. Let's see, looking around the slate, other value guys that I haven't yammered about. I mean, Payne, same team, just a higher usage guy than is getting credit for currently. But besides that, I don't think I've changed much. Yeah, I looked around a little bit. I don't think I tweaked very much. I'm trying to do a little less. Oh yeah, I tweaked some Cleveland guys because I think we know what that rotation looks like, and it's not quite, yeah. So I didn't. Dean Wade was fine. Just Karis LeVert's the only guy that gets a little higher usage than I think he was getting credit for, in the Sims. Or maybe it's minutes, whatever it is. If we got 4% Karis LeVert tonight, without, I mean, we're missing the highest usage guy on this team. Who are the other guys who score point? Right? Who else score point on this team? Like who can make their own shot on this team at all? These three guys. I mean, two guys, right? I mean, Jared Allen talking about him. I like to think a big guy can create his own shots. However, I have played with smaller people. I understand that they can skeeter around and take the ball. So doubling a big guy is a solution. There's not, I mean, there's not really a solution to on fire Karis LeVert. Just like, I mean, I guess after last night, there's no solution to on fire Dean Wade. I mean, I loved seeing the crowd, right? Like seeing like after the second time he hit the shot and you heard the crowd go nuts and you saw him like flowing with confidence. Oh man. I love seeing that because I mean, how do you capture that in numbers, you know? I love playing with numbers, but there's no capturing like momentum doesn't exist, right? I've done enough study. I mean, definitely not outside a single game, but that sort of thing, that man in the arena thing, oof, there's got to be I mean, they added it to EA Sports like for the Madden, right? They have the home field effect. So I think there's something there that, I don't know how to capture that in a game sim, like 10 consecutive makes for Dean Wade or whatever, but that was great to watch. Okay. So on this slate, currently we're assuming we get the same weird Samanic situation for Utah. I probably the same overall injury situation. How many minutes did he wind up getting? Just want to make sure. Oh, not just show me a nice picture of him. 23. Yeah, that's plenty. I don't know if he got there or not. Doesn't matter. Um, wow, 40% is kind of a lot for the field. But yeah, I mean, he's a great play. He's got to be up there with the cores as well. Jared Allen, fine. Yep. Jared Allen, Sengun, because he's on the other side. Yeah, he's just massively underpriced. Can you believe Sengun is 8K? Anyway, yeah, I can't. I mean, if he's really 15%, I don't need to be more than like 3x on Sengun. So you should always think, okay, there's a couple of ways I'm trying to play more conservatively now. Number one is not, so a hard cap, I always do about 65%. But then I think about it and I'm like, am I really 4x on Kelly Oubre? Yes. You understand, I've been yelling about it a lot. That's my biggest stand of the day. That's my most confident thing. I could be talked off and I could be talked down over the course of a day. But currently, when I wake up, got to go him, got to go Samanic, got to go Payne. Next play, I mean, Jared Allen, no. He could get in foul trouble more than 35% of the time. I say 50-50. So I'm going to cap Jared Allen a little bit lower, even though I think he's a great high usage guy in a situation that's perfect for him. Now Kuzma, is he going to keep it close? I think it's kind of not bad for him today, right? Not as bad as it normally is. Yeah, 7 point line, and if they do keep it close, it's because of Kuzma, and it's 7 point line means he might get his minutes. I'm definitely not underweight on Kuzma. I'm definitely not poor Kuzma. 50-50. Another coin flip. Pop him down into coin flip territory with Jared Allen. I want to get. Did I limit Sengun really? Well, I don't really feel like I want to limit either Sengun or Jared Allen. I think they're both great plays. And I think the chances of foul trouble against Zubats, that's not that much of a worry. Against Cleveland, Cleveland's got, yeah. I got to leave it at 50% because of respect for Capella and Okongwu. Okongwu's hurt. Capella and Fernando, whatever. Those big guys are fine on Atlanta, but I don't have to respect. Yeah, I don't think Zubats is a real problem matchup for Sengun, and Sengun is flowing. Like, I don't know, he was incredible. And if he's going to be 17% at 8K, being incredible, he's going to be part of core. So my core to start. I'm not sure playing a core is even a good idea, just so you know, guys. Like 65% is just something I'm inventing in my head because I want the ones that I think are core, I really do think are going to be the best, like optimal. But I know their actual chances of being optimal isn't 64%. You know what I mean? Like actual chances of optimal what? 20, 30, 40%. So a more reasonable person who's not being as demanding would play about that, right? If you're trying to play in an equal multiverse or whatever, where you're equipartition, what's the word? Micro canonical ensemble of the situation where everything is equally likely. But I just don't think it. I don't think that all of the situations are equally predictable. You know what I mean? Like some of them are equally likely, but the ones that like come out, Dean Wade, you know what I mean? Like that's equally likely as a number of other ridiculous things, but it's not equally predictable. You know what I mean? So hopefully I made that distinction. Hopefully, yeah, maybe I need to think about more things that way. But for now, yeah, these top guys, very obvious to me. Dejounte, oh my God. If I can get 2% of Dejounte on this slate, I'm going to just back up the truck for absolutely as much Dejounte Murray. What are we doing? What are you doing? I mean, yes. Oh my gosh. Can you believe how expensive he got? Yeah, I can. He's the number one option on his team. He could go for a triple double tonight. No problem. What are we even projecting him for? It's got to be close. We're projecting him for 22, what? No, minutes. Okay, 22 points. I was like, that's a bit much. 7 rebounds. Oh, 7 assists. Oh, way too few rebounds. 4 rebounds. Oh, I guess Capella's back. But I still think. I mean, I think a triple double is in play any night for Dejounte without Trae Young. So what are his potential assists at? Let's look it up. So advanced passing NBA. And let's look up Dejounte's potential assists in the last like what is it, 2 games or whatever without Trae's been out a couple games. And so we'll do filter it by, and we'll do Murray. It's 2 Murrays, so let's do Dejounte. Potential assist 15. So yeah, 7.5. That's fine. But I mean, I'm just saying for a season average, what is the season average compared to 15? 11. So he's getting 4 more potential assists a game without Trae. It's just like the whole offense is flowing through him. He's a double threat for sure on any given night, and a triple double threat almost. Okay. I'll go back to my build, which I can't get to as an old man without moving around and minimizing the screen and changing the aspect ratio, which I found out actually does change it for you too. What are we doing with Sensible? He's fine, but I mean, is he fine? Did he get those minutes we thought he would get? He just didn't, 21. I guess that's probably about what we're expecting. Maybe I might nerf him a little bit. Yeah, because I got him at 25 minutes, and that's a little too high. He didn't get those minutes. So I understand why we're doing it. Markin is still not there, but I'm not going to be over the field. I will be max 15% on Sensible. No thanks. Portland, what's going on with you? Simons ruined my last slate, but I know you're a good player. I still can't. I think they're going to get blown out again. But OKC, whatever. I'm gonna trust SaberSim on them getting the Portland guys right. Yeah, Dean Wade, okay. All right, Niang even in the mix. So I limited Niang to 15% because he's a has to hit shots play. And he could, but yeah. He's like 4K too, right? Yeah. Oh, 3.3. Might be worth a little bit more of a nibble at 3.3 just because, he scores 12 points. It's not really going to kill you if something else happens. I'll think about it. And Wendell Carter Jr. didn't come back in for his last shift, and it looked intentional. And would you do it against Washington? I don't know. I don't know why that guy does anything. I don't know why the Orlando coach does a single thing for his team. It's not to win. It's not to do good at coaching. It's just like, who is the Orlando coach? One of my least favorite coach, Jamal Mosley. Well, I don't know. I don't understand what this guy's doing ever. So he's not really developing his stars well. He's not really developing his bench well. He's not winning games that much. He's not playing like their defensive rating's not great. Their offensive ratings, I mean, I guess he's trying to be a defensive guy, right? They're a little bit good at that, keeping games slow, but that's just like that's kind of like a cheat code to defense, right? It's just playing slow. Whatever. They'll score points today because they're playing Washington. You can play some of those guys, but they're not my favorite. And I'm running out of stuff to say. So I'm going to say, remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. 100K up top, $4 entry fee. Might as well be us.